Go ahead. I start work next week, so it's going to be okay. $15. I got to get two out there.
All right. Just testing the microphone. All right, testing the microphone again. All right, welcome to West Texas High School Bowling. We've got matches today. We're in practice right now, and when we come back, we will be in match play. We've got Friendship versus Smyer and Estacado versus Lubbock Cooper Girls today for you. Friendship and Smyer are on lanes 11 and 12, and Estacado and Lubbock Cooper Girls are on 13 and 14. Ought to be good matches today. As soon as the matches get started, I will be back. All right, sorry about that. We had a little technical difficulty with the camera, but we got it back up and going. They're only in the third frame, so that is okay. Welcome to West Texas High School Bowling for match number 5 on January 4th, 2025. Our first matches of 2025. The kids have been off for 3 weeks. I hope they came out and practiced a little bit while they were on the break. I did see a few here in the bowling center on the break. Again, we've got on 11 and 12, we've got Friendship Bowling Smyer. And on 13 and 14, we have Estacado against Lubbock Cooper Girls. Cool thing about bowling is it's gender neutral. The girls are going to bowl against the boys this year in West Texas High School Bowling. That's not normal for the rest of the state, but we do that here. Those matches are considered exhibition matches. They don't count towards points. But we do keep a running total even for the girls to see where they place. I will try to kind of keep you updated about what's going on and where everybody's going on the matches. This first part is a little slow, so a running total is probably not necessarily. I'll give you some background. I'll probably just jump in and out. Talking about these kids. Some people like my commentary, some people don't. So I'll give it to you both ways. I'll commentate on some of it and some of it I won't. It's good to be back. We missed matches number 4. We had some issues where we could not live stream on matches number 4. That would have been a good one. We had Lubbock Cooper going against Monterey, the top 2 teams in the district, and it's really sad that we were unable to broadcast that to you. It was a good match. It came down to the final frame in the 10th, and Monterey ended up winning that match 10-7. So that means Monterey has taken a little bit of a lead in the district. Tell you what I'll do is I might give you an update on how the district standings are while we're here. That way you guys from other cities and states kind of know what's going on. West Texas High School Bowling, WTHSBC. We started about 5 years ago. We have teams all across the city of Lubbock and all the way down to Plainview. So welcome if you're kind of new to this and what we're about. This is high school bowling in the state of Texas. It is run by the Texas High School Bowling Club, which is owned by BPAA and the Texas Bowling Proprietors Association of Texas. All right. Here's kind of the unofficial standings. And here's how the system works. It's matches. These are matches against other teams. So if you win a match, you get a match won or a match lost. And then if there's any ties, it goes down to number of points you've accumulated throughout the season. Every varsity team will bowl every other varsity team at least one time. And that's how the points would work because everybody bowls everybody. Right now, unofficially in the lead is Friendship with 4 matches won with no losses, and they have 62 points. Monterey is in second place with 4 matches won, no losses, with 55 points. Lubbock Cooper is in third. They've won 3, lost 1, with 55 points. Lubbock Cooper Girls are in 4th place unofficially, 3 matches won, 1 loss, 45 points. And some other teams in the district we have a co-op team that that has kids from Levelland and Snyder, and Lubbock Cooper Liberty. Estacado from right here in Lubbock. Smire from just down the road, about 15, 20 minutes. Lubbock High. Plainview from Plainview, Texas, 45 minutes north of Lubbock. Shallow Water, which is about 15 minutes northwest of Lubbock, and then Lubbock Coronado. Official standings right now have Monterey in the lead, and Lubbock Cooper Varsity is in second, and then Friendship. But Friendship has only bowled 3 matches that have counted. The other one that they bowled was an exhibition. So that's why they're in third place right now with only 48 points. Kind of giving you a little update on maybe we also do something really neat in high school bowling in the state of Texas. Is we have an all-district group that will kind of like basketball, football. You would have an all-district team where the best players in that area will get put on that team. But in high school bowling, it's a little bit different. They actually will go in April to College Station as a team and bowl as a team supporting West Texas District. So all the kids they're always fighting to try to get those top spots. Right now on the boys' side, Camden Coleman is leading the boys, averaging 221. Jackson Witt from Lubbock Cooper. Both Camden and Jackson Witt are both from Lubbock Cooper. Jackson's averaging 217. Aiding Veretto, who you will see today for Friendship. He's bowling the anchor bowler for Friendship today. He is in third place, averaging 208. Ruben Avelos from Monterey is in fourth, averaging 205. Also from Monterey is Dion Maestas. He is in the sixth place spot, 1 spot out of the starters for all district. Dion is averaging 193. In seventh place is Seth Crump from Friendship, averaging 191, and Caden Jimenez from Lubbock Cooper is also in the honorable mention right now from Lubbock Cooper. He is not bowling. He has injured himself and is going to be out for a few days. He's averaging 190. Sorry. On the girls' side, Addison Palaman from Lubbock Cooper Liberty. Also, she's bowling on the West Texas Co-op team. Is currently leading the girls, averaging 186. Rebecca Wilson from Cooper, who you will see today on lane 11 and 12. She's in second place, averaging 179. Laura Oglesby from Lubbock Cooper, who you will also see today, is averaging 162. Chloe Horn is bowling for Smire. She will be on lanes 11 and 12. You will get a chance to see her today. She is in fourth. And Zoe Summerford from Monterey, who you will not see today. You also see the next person on the list, which will be 5. In sixth place is Jenna Loya. She will be on 13 and 14, averaging 144. And Sienna Cano from Monterey. You will not see her today, but she is averaging 142. Another just out of the all-district honorable mention is Madison Silva from Estacado. You'll get a chance to see her today. She's on 13 and 14. She is new to West Texas high school bowling, so that's going to be exciting. All right. That's kind of a breakdown of the averages and scores. All right, let's kind of do a little commentating on what's going on the lanes. I see Chloe Horn, who's one of our all-district girls right now. She was on the all-district team last year. She's on lane 12, and she's got a little bit of a baby split there. I don't know if it's got a sleeper or not. Can't see that. Jenna Loya on lane 14 with a 7-pin. Chloe didn't quite get it back. She tried to hook it in there. Jenna missed her 7-pin as well. Looks like on lane 13 we got Dre Porch. He's the son of the coach for Estacado, LD. And I've said this multiple times. LD is doing a fabulous job with that team from Estacado. All right, he leaves half a loaf. Laura Oglesby is on lane 14. She's in the all-district competition right now. And that's a big strike from her. That was a good-looking ball right there. And Dre, Mr. D Porch. That was a good ball and good try. Eric Parsley on lane 12. Eric's been bowling really well this year. He's been working really hard, but he leaves a split. That's a 2-8-10. It's a tough one to convert. Rebecca Wilson. She led all bowlers last year for girls. Well, second last year, but went to made the all-district team, but did not go. She just put a big strike there. I think this is Madison Silva on lane 13 for Estacado. She's really throwing the ball well. I mean, I know it's straight and everything, but it's accurate. Let's see what Eric can do with this split. I'm not figuring on very much. He gets 2. That's about all you can do. I am going to move the camera a little bit more to the left so we can see a little bit more of lane 12. All right, that should be better. I think that's better. All right, that was Isaac on lane 13 with a big crossover strike. And nice spare over there on 11 from Wyatt Bartles. That's who that is. Kyla Vega on lane 14. That's a good-looking ball. That's going to get a few. Elizabeth McCluskey stepping up on lane 13. Elizabeth has been in our program for a while now. She's been bowling pretty good, but that one looks like she had a little hand problem. Chloe Horn stepping up on lane 11. Chloe throws it really, really well. Well, you know, it's the announcer jinx is what it is. Seth Crump with a big strike on lane 12. Francisco Castro on lane 14. A big strike. Let's see if Elizabeth can throw this one a little bit better. That's what normally happens when you throw it in the gutter to the left. You throw it a little bit when you throw it in the gutter to the right, you throw it a little bit left, and she leaves just a 10 pin. Aiden Veretto with a stone 9. That's no fun. Aiden's been working on a two-handed style. Normally, when he first started with us, he was bowling one-handed, and now he's working on a two-handed style to try to get a little bit more power. Caitlin Withrow on lane 12. That's got to turn in there a little bit. Oh, it hooked a lot. Aiden picks up his 9 pin. Eric Parsley stepping up on lane 11. D Porch with his spare on 14. He converts it. Eric Parsley with a big strike on lane 11. All right, Jay McCluskey. All right, stepping up on 12. Is Cole Cambinis. That's his name, I believe. Leaving a 3-9 spare. Jenna Loya on 13, crossing over, and oh, that should have fell. That's just stinky. Jay McCluskey does not convert his spare. Oh, no. I missed. Daniel Leakman. No, that's Jay. That's Jay over there with us. Also with a 3-9 attempted pickup. That's how you go about it, but it didn't hook enough. He got the back pin, doesn't get the front pin. Jenna Loya didn't get it to hook enough. KJ Brandon on 12, leaving just a 7 pin. And Isaac on lane 14 with a 5 pin. That ought to be easy to pick up. Laura Oglesby. She was going for a triple. She did not get the 4 pin to go down. KJ, let's see what he does. He's got it, no problem. That's Daniel Leakman on lane 11 with his spare conversion. No problem. That'll bring up Seth Crump on lane 11. Laura Oglesby is going for her 4-pin pickup on lane 13. That's going to hook a little bit, and it doesn't. Well, it's kind of looking like people didn't work on their bowling game over the break. Missing spares. That's what normally happens. Seth Crump crosses over and leaves just a 6-pin. Maddie St. Clair on lane 12. Elizabeth McCluskey on lane 14. Kind of going at the same time. Maddie just leaves the 6-10, and Elizabeth's got a 1, 3, and 8 pin. Seth Crump picks up his spare on lane 11, and that'll bring up Aiden Veretto. That's Rebecca Wilson on lane 12 with also a 6-10. Let's see what we can do. See if Maddie can get hers, and then Rebecca can pick up hers. You got to show some respect to this. It's easy to chop it sometimes. That's got to hook a little bit, and it didn't. Elizabeth McCluskey. It's got a hook. Yeah, she gets 2 out of the 3. Aiden Veretto, big strike for him.
On number 50, yours ready to go. On number 50.
Seems late in the game to be switching styles, but I think it's working for him. He's doing well today. Wyatt Bartles on lane 12, leaving just a 6-pin. And Caitlin Withrow on lane 14, got it out to the gutter, got it back, and leaves a 10-pin.
Daniela, number 40, yours ready to go. Daniela, number 40.
Cole Cambinis on lane 11 with a strike. Kylie Vega, leaving the 1, 3, 6, 10. White Bartles picks up his spare on lane 12. Even KJ Brandon on lane 11 with just a 10-pin. Caitlin over on 14 misses her 10-pin. Come on, Kylie. I'm rooting for you, girl. You got this. You got this. Kylie Vega on lane 13. Needs to hook a little bit. It didn't. Chloe Horn on lane 12. Jenna Loya on 14. Man, another big strike for Chloe Horn on lane 12. KJ misses his 10-pin. Francisco Castro with a 1-2, 8-9 left standing. Jenna Loya with a spare conversion, getting a high five from Laura Oglesby there. Francisco Castro for his spare pickup. Got it. I called it before they all fell down. Eric Parsley on lane 12. Bam. Oh, my goodness. We call that a wrap 10. That's where the 6-pin goes around the 10-pin and doesn't catch a piece of it. That means the ball has gone too far down the lane and coming in behind the head pin. D-Porch. Don't hook is what he says. And it leaves just a 6-pin. That's not a tough spare. Corner pins are always challenging. Eric's got one and no problem for Eric. Laura Oglesby. A complete pull job. All right. We need to get on the spare train here with some of these students. I see spares all up and down the lanes right now that people are missing. Maddie Sinclair on lane 11. That might have oh my goodness. And Mr. Porch does not convert his 6-pin. Rebecca Wilson. She's in second place in the all-district race right now. Needs to find a little bit more ball speed, I think. Jay McCluskey on lane 12. Part of a twin combination here at West Texas High School Bowling. Oh, big strike out of Wyatt. Wyatt Bartles over on lane 11 with a big strike. Rebecca cleans up her plate, gets her spare. Jay does not. That's going to bring up Daniel Leekman for Friendship on lane 12. Madison Silva on lane 13. All right. Kylie Vega's getting some coaching from Mr. LD Porch down there. Let's see if she takes the coaching and see what she can do with it here. Looks like she took the coaching really well. Oh, my goodness. That was a good shot. She deserved better than that. Madison Silva. Oh, my goodness. It's a good try. Good try. Daniel Leekman didn't quite see the lane early enough. He's got a 1, 2, 4, 7. Not really sure what happened to Chloe's first ball, but she picked up her spare on the second ball over there on lane 11. Daniel does not convert. Francisco Castro on lane 14. Baby split. 310. Nice spare conversion over there on lane 13 for Isaac. All right, let's see what Francisco can do on lane 14 with this baby split. Eric Parsley on lane 11 with a 10-pin. Oh, that's got a hook. It didn't hook. Elizabeth McCluskey steps up on lane 13. That's got a hook. Takes 3 off the right. Eric Parsley picks up his spare on lane 11. And that's a Greek church on lane 12. That's a tough spare for Seth Crump. He does not convert it. That's a tough one to get. Really, the only way to pick that up is to actually go for the 2, but I don't know a coach in America that's going to ever tell somebody to try to pick that up and go for 2. They're always going to go for count. And gets a 3. D. Porch on lane 14. Listening to Pops tell him where to stand and where to throw it. Let's see if he listens. That's got to hook a little bit, and it does, and he gets his spare conversion. Way to go. All right. When you throw it too far to the right, you typically want to throw it too far to the left. Come on, Elizabeth. Don't do that. Let's throw a good shot here on 13. Yeah, I think that should be okay. It's got a hook. It didn't hook. Aiden Veretto with a 2A10 does not convert, but he does get the 2. Madison Silva up on lane 14. All right, we can tell everybody's a little rusty. They're gonna come back. Nasty strike over there on 10. They're not part of the live stream, but that was right through the nose. They all go down. Cole Cambanus on lane 12, leaving just a 6-10. All right, let's see what Madison can do with this spare on lane 14. It's a 1-2-5. She gets the 2 and the 5, leaving just the head pin. That's a drill we do here at West Texas High School Bowling when they practice. It's trying to leave it. Got 2 shots to leave the head pin. She did it there. Caitlin Withrow. It's got a hook. It doesn't hook. But got some dominoes going on, one leaving just a 1-2. Let's see if Cole can pick up his, and he cannot. See lots and lots of poor spare shooting. Oh, Caitlin ended it just a hook a little bit more. KJ Brandon on 12. Oh, solid 8. Solid 8. For those of you watching, really, the perfect strike. Typically, what you would want to see is the ball, if you're right-handed, hitting the 1-3, what we call the pocket. The ball drives through, takes out the 5 and the 8 and the 9 pin. And then the other pins do all the rest of the work. The 6 pin goes and takes out. The 3 pin goes and hits the 6 pin. The 6 pin takes out the 10 pin. The head pin hits the 2 pin into the 4 and the 7. And that's kind of a perfect strike scenario. Left-handed, you just reverse that. The ball takes out the 1, 2, 5, 8, and 9. There, well, that's Seth Crump on lane 11, leaving just a 6 pin. All right. Laura Oglesby with a tough little spare. No problem for Laura. That's a great spare from her. Cole Cambanus on lane 11 has got a 1-2-7 spare. He's in the 10th frame right now. If he picks this up, he'll shoot over 100. If he doesn't, he's going to shoot 99 is what Cole is going to shoot there. Chloe Horn up on lane 12 in the 8th. And big strike from Chloe. KJ Brandon with a big strike on lane 11. Rebecca picks up her spare on lane 12. Eric Parsley leading off the 10th for Friendship with a big strike. KJ Brandon, his second ball in the 10th. 1-3-6-10. Kylie Vega. Bam. Come on. There we go. Big strike, Kylie. Way to go. All right. KJ Brandon with a pickup here will get himself into the 1-teens. Well, he's already in the 1-teens. So let's see. 111 for KJ. All right, Eric Parsley's doubled up in the 10th. With another strike here, will be 188, I believe. Jenna Loya on lane 14, crossing over 1-3-8-9. Francisco Castro with his spare attempt. They're in the 9th frame as well. He's got just a 10-pin. That's got to hook a little bit, and it didn't. Madison Silva. No, that's Maddie Sinclair over there on 11 with a big strike. Way to go, Maddie. Eric Parsley. For a 3-bagger, no, he's got an 8-count. That should be 186 for Eric. I'm breaking out the binoculars so I can see these scores. 186, I was right. Maddie St. Clair with 8, an 8 count. We got D. Porch over on 13 with his spare attempt. That's got to hook a little bit. Oh, it hooked too much. Come on, Alan. Rebecca Wilson on lane, stepping up on 14. Jay McCluskey on lane 12. Friendship's being coached by Scott McCleary, one of the better bowlers here in Lubbock. Actually holds the city record for highest 3-game set. Rebecca Wilson with a big strike on 14 in the 9th. That sets her up pretty well. All right. Madison Silva on 13 and Maddie St. Clair on 11. Maddie does not convert her spare. Madison Silva's got a 2-7 split. Bonus bowling for Jay McCluskey on 12 after his spare. Right down the middle and taking 3, 5 count. That's not one you want to have on a spare. Wyatt Bartles on lane 11, and it falls. Good strike for him. Kylie Vega spares it on lane 14. Way to go, Kylie. Daniel Leekman on lane 12. That's a little inside, but it held. Isaac, big strike on lane 13.
Mandy, number 86, and Brandon, number 92. Yours are ready to go. Mandy, number 86, and Brandon, number
That's
92.
a double for Daniel Leekman on lane 12. Elizabeth McCluskey. 1, 2, 4, and 10 pin. Let's see if Daniel can finish things out with a going sheet here. That's got a chance. That didn't hook.
Amber, number 56, yours are ready to go. Amber, number 56.
Seth Crump will be up on lane 12. Francisco Castro is going to be up on 14. And Elizabeth McCluskey, that's got a hook, and that went right between them. Seth Crump on 12. Needed that to hook a little bit, leaving just a 2-8. Chloe Horn stepping up for her 10th frame on lane 11. Crossing over, leaving just a 3-pin. Seth Crump for his spare attempt. Gets them all to go down. Chloe Horton's just got a 3-pin up there. Let's see what she can do with that. All right, with a strike in the 10th, Chloe's going to shoot 171. Caitlin Withrow on 13. Picks up her spare. First one in the 10th. Seth Crump with the bonus ball. Gets 8. D Porch with a nice spare on 14. All right, bonus ball for Chloe Horn. Gets 9. That should be a 170 for her. I'm trying to get scores for you right now. That's why I'm kind of pausing in the action here. Plus, I had a parent that had to ask me some questions. Jenna Lawyer with a nice spare. I'm sorry. It's hard for me to do two things at one time. I'm a guy. Jenna Loya finishes off her game. They've already started in the second game on 11 and 12. I'll kind of get you updated with scores momentarily. If Laura picks up this spare, she's going to shoot 158. And she does. She's going to shoot 158 there. Rebecca Wilson's going to be coming up on lane 13 to finish hers out. She can strike out for 224. Let's see what she does here. While she's throwing her shot, I'll kind of update you on the match between Friendship versus Meyer. Eric Parsley is leading Cole Canbanis 186 to 99. Again, it's a 2-game total. Jay McCluskey is leading KJ Brandon 164 to 111. Rebecca Wilson sends it to the gutter with a nice strike there. She's 1/3 of the way home. Daniel Leekman is leading Maddie St. Clair 135 to 91. Seth Crump is trailing right now Wyatt Bartles from Smyre 165 to 204. And Aiden Veretto shoots 221 to Chloe Horn's 170 for Smyre. So he's got a little bit of a lead. All right. Rebecca leaves just a 10-pin there. Aiden Veretto goes through the nose. He's going to have to make a move. So I believe this is for a 218. She picks this up. And she does. I will check the math on that. Oh, 213. I was wrong. So you got to check the math. All right. In the match between Lubbock Cooper girls and Estacado, Kylie Vega for Estacado is trailing Elizabeth McCluskey 128 to 110. See, Kylie's got a 18-pin deficit. Francisco Castro from Estacado is trailing Caitlin Withrow 149 to 106. So Caitlin's got a 43-pin lead on Francisco. D Porch for Estacado is just barely trailing Jenna Loya 135 to 126. D is only 9 pins behind. Laurel Oglesby has a good lead on Madison Silva from Estacado. Laura from Lubbock Cooper is leading 158 to 86. And Rebecca Wilson is leading Isaac Ruvalcata 213 to 170. So Rebecca's got a 43-pin lead on him. They're in the second frame on 11 and 12. Estacado and Lubbock Cooper have not started the second game yet. Cole Cambanis. Right through the nose and leaving just a 3-pin. I'm back. Sorry. Dealing with a few issues. Yes. All right, the lanes are transitioning a little bit over on 11 and 12. You can tell by the balls coming up a little high, they're going to have to make a move. I am confident that the coaches can help those players get lined up. Oh my goodness, that was a good try by Elizabeth McCluskey. That could have fallen. Francisco Castro on lane 14 gets them all to fall down. He can't believe it. Maddie St. Clair. Oh my goodness. It's a whole lot easier when that other pin stands up. Maddie St. Clair on lane 12 with a 5-7 split. Caitlin Withrow leaving just a 10 pin. And D Porch up on lane 14. Kind of double dribbled that one. Bam. Leaving pretty tough spare there, the 2-8. Maddie going for just the 7 pin, just for count. It's a good idea. Let's see what Caitlin can do with her 10 pin. And it's a little on the left side. Jay McCluskey, 1-3-6 over there on lane 11. Again, the lanes are transitioning a little bit. That was Wyatt Bartles on lane 12. A little too much hooky. Jenna Loya with a big strike on lane 12. 13. Jay. It's hooking, fellas. I'm going to have to make a move. It's hooking. And that's the way you pick that spare up. That was absolutely perfect. Laura Oglesby. She's one of our all-district competitors right now. Little light. She's made the move and didn't hook back. Madison Silva on lane 14 with her spare of the 1-3-6-10. He's got a chance. Oh, chop the head pin off. That's rough. Daniel Linkman. On lane 11. Chloe Horn, another one of our all-district competitors. She gets it to the gutter, and boom goes the dynamite. They all fall down. Daniel, too much to the gutter. See what Laura can do with her little spare here. It's got a chance. It's got a hook, and it didn't. Sister's over here giving her the thumbs down on that. That's rough. Rebecca Wilson, currently in second place in the all-district race. Had a good first game. That looks pretty good. And boom. Seth Crump with a nasty little split on lane 11. And Eric Parsley up on lane 12. He's their leadoff bowler. And gets a double tap on the 10 pin. And it goes down. Seth Crump. See what he can do. Boom. What a heck of a spare by Seth. Elizabeth McCluskey leaving just a 7 pin. She needs to clean that up. Kylie Vega on lane 13. Oh, no, that's not what she intended to do. Aiden Veretto on lane 11 with a strike. Looks like he's going to make the two-handed bowling style a permanent fixture in his life because he's bowling pretty well. Shot .221 the first game. Jay McCluskey on lane 12. Leaving just the 4-7. Cole Camdenus on lane 11. Kylie Vega with her second attempt. It looks like she's having fun. Cole with a big strike on lane 11. Caitlin Withrow on lane 14. Oh, she got lucky. Just leaving the 6-10. Jay missing that 4-7. That's rough.
Crates number 67, your order's ready to go. Crates number 67.
KJ Brandon on lane 11 with a 3, 5, 6, 10 spare. Daniel Leakman. Bam, through the middle. Still got to make a move over there. And Caitlin picks up hers on lane 14. Good spare for her. Francisco Castro with his spare attempt on lane 13. That's the way you draw it up, folks. Daniel holding the ball there like reminiscent of Chris Barnes. But Chris is a little bit more underneath it. But he gets his spare. D-Porch on 13. And crosses over. Doesn't quite cross over enough. Maddie Sinclair on lane 11. Right down the middle, leaving just a 10-pin. Seth Crump. Boom goes the dynamite with a big strike from Seth.
Miranda, number 56, short is ready to throw. Miranda, number 56.
So we've got somebody in the chat right now asking, so what is the format? Question mark. Girls and boys crossing together. This is true. This is high school bowling. If you have all of a boys team and no girls, you can do that. You can have girls and boys on the same team. You can have an all-girls team. Today in particular, there's an exhibition match on 13 and 14 between the Lubbock Cooper girls and Estacado varsity team. In high school bowling, there's not really, it's either a varsity team, which can be co-ed, or a girls team. There's really no boys and girls. And if you notice with Estacado, they do have a girl on their team. So it is a co-ed team, but it is a co-ed varsity team. They are bowling the Lubbock Cooper girls, which is an all-girls team, which is in our district with a couple other girl-only teams. So, yes, girls and boys crossing together. This is true. And then the format is, this is match play. So, it's a 2-game match against the individual that's across from you. 2 games total pins. And that is worth a point. And then we add up all the scores from the team and get a team score total, which is worth 2 points. They do this for the first 2 games, and then they move on to the Baker portion of the match, which will be a Baker game where everybody on the team bowls 2 frames apiece in order. And it'll be 1 game, and each of those games is worth 2 points. And then we add up all 4 of those Baker games for a team total, which is worth 2 points. So this match has got a 17 points total. First team to 9 wins the match. Same person is asking, interesting, is that a Texas thing? It is not necessarily a Texas thing. It's kind of a national thing, but it's definitely is here in Texas. I think nationwide it's kind of very similar. You can either have a varsity team, which can have boys and girls on it, or an all-girls team. A varsity team can have all boys, by the way. It just depends on how many players you have from your school. He actually says, I actually really like the mixed format and the head-to-head match play. Up in our region, the boys' teams and girls' teams generally stay separated. Well, statewide, that's typical. There's we're here in West Texas. We've got some small teams like Smyer and that you're seeing on 11 and 12. And then we've got a team from Shallow Water here that's also a small team. So it's really hard to get 5 boys and 5 girls. And actually, you really kind of need 6. And so in Texas, they allowed to have co-ed teams. It's not such apparent when you get into the big cities like San Antonio and Dallas area. They typically have all girls teams and all boys teams, but they can have a co-ed team if they want to or have enough to do that. The rule is, though, if you have an all-girls team that you have enough girls and enough boys, you have to have a boys and a girls team. You can't intermingle because on 13 and 14, you will see Rebecca Wilson bowling, and she has a high enough average that she could be bowling with the boys, but because they have a girls team, she's not allowed to. If they did not have a girls team, she certainly could be bowling with the boys, but they do have a girls team, so she has to bowl with the girls. Smyer, on the other hand, on 11 and 12, they have 7 bowlers total, and they just happen to be mixed with boys and girls, so they have to have a co-ed varsity team. I hope that explains it. Probably more information than you wanted to know, but that's how it works in West Texas high school bowling. Please let me know if you're watching somebody out there, Mr. Klepper, if you're watching somebody in particular, or you just happen to find us. Maddie Sinclair on lane 12. Thank goodness that 5-pin went down. Jenna Loya on lane 13. Also, keep in mind, I think I've said this a couple of times, but I will reiterate it. The match on 13 and 14 does not have district implications because it is an all-girls team bowling against a varsity team. It is an exhibition match. We do keep track of that as total, so the girls can see how they fare against the boys. They bowl their matches against the other girls' teams later on in the year to see who goes to regionals. But right now, it's just an exhibition against Estacado, and it counts to them, not necessarily in the official district standings. You are watching on 11 and 12 Friendship, which is in second place right now in the district standings. All right. Well, thank you, Mr. Klepper, for taking time to watch Rebecca. So the gentleman that was asking these questions was the college coach, which is one of the reasons why we do this live stream, is so some of the college coaches can kind of watch what's going on. We have several college coaches that tune into this. We have had, in West Texas high school bowling, we have had 7 bowlers who have signed to bowl with colleges, 7 or 8. We've got a girl bowling right now at McKendree. We had a girl at Oklahoma Christian bowling. We had a girl at West Texas A&M bowling who is currently in the portal. Happens to be my daughter. She led the district last year and bowled for WT and actually won all tournament teams several times, and she's going to be looking for a team. You can find her in the portal. We've had Cannon Estes, who has gone to Southern Nazarene to bowl. Carlos Estrada, that also came out of West Texas high school bowling and is bowling for Arizona Christian. Taylor McCleary is bowling for Oklahoma Christian. Does that get everybody? Kaylee McCleary that was bowling for Oklahoma Christian. We're going to have a couple out of this group not bowling today on the live stream. Jackson Witt, who won the Texas Masters this year, has also played very high, went very high in the Chris Barnes Thanksgiving Day tournament. He's done that a couple of years. He was 44th at Junior Gold this last year. My daughter was also 44th at Junior Gold this last year. She had worked her kind of like both of them. It was kind of interesting at Junior Gold, Jackson and my daughter. They started in the 30s, worked their way up. Both of them worked their way up to 12th, and then the last couple of days kind of fell back down and but into the 50s. But then they got themselves back up into 44th, and both of them placed 44th. Francisco Castro does not quite. Oh, just leaving the head pin. That's always fun. Caitlin Withrow. And for you college coaches out there looking, there's a couple on here I'd be looking at also. Aiden Veretto over on lane 11, I believe, is a junior. He just switched to the two-handed style. He was a one-hander up until this week. And was third in the all-district competition and just switched to two-handed now. Jay McCluskey with a big strike on lane 12. Well, you can kind of see Jackson Witt over there on 10 with a big strike. Aiden Veretto with his spare. That's a tough spare. You got to pay a little respect to that one because sometimes it's hard to get that back pin out. Caitlin Withrow with the 9-pin conversion. That's got a hook, and it does, and she picks it up. D Porch on lane 13. Coach's son. Coach standing right behind him. And that is not what Coach Porch wanted him to do, I don't think. Cole Canbinas on lane 11. There's a couple other girls that Coach on here can watch. I kind of like, with a little bit of work, I think Jenna over here on lane 14 could be a good hand for somebody down the road. Needs to get a little stronger, but throws the ball pretty well. All right, D. Oh, that is a bad second rack on 13. Well, we do have a couple other college coaches listening. Make sure we try to do this every week. You'll see different teams every week. We've got several more players here that would love to be bowling in college. So this is an opportunity for them to be showcased and see what they can do in a match. And any college coaches that want to get information about any of our students, you can go to our website, WTHSBC.com. And on that website, you can see the current standings from all the teams, and you can go down to averages, and you can look at everybody's average in West Texas High School bowling. A little information for you, so you can kind of get a look at who you want to watch and what teams you want to pay attention to. Seth Crump on lane 12. I'd love to see him get an opportunity somewhere someday. He is a senior, so he'll be looking to bowl. There's some things that he can do. And then on lane 14, there's another girl that you really need to watch out for. She's bowled some JBTs and done fairly well. That's Laura Oglesby. I think she throws it really, really well, and with a little bit of coaching, I think she can even get better. Seth Crump with a nice spare pickup. Come on, Laura. You're better than that. I'm talking good about you, and then you go and do something like that. Maddie St. Clair on 11 with her trying to clean her plate. Aiden Veretto will be stepping up on 12. Oh, that's rough. Well, that's one thing Aiden's going to have to work on when he's moving to the two-handed. That's Rebecca Wilson on 14 gets them all to go down. Rebecca came to us. She's a 4-year player. Her first year, she started the first half of the year throwing one-handed, and she had some wrist issues. So we talked her into going to two-handed, and I think that has worked out really, really well for her. Allows her to get her wrist in a better spot and kind of protect against the injury that she had many, many years ago. I don't think she's hurt anymore, but I'm glad we got her to go two-handed. Elizabeth McCluskey up on lane 12. And we got Wyatt Bartles over on 11, pick up his 6-pin. All right, we had another college coach chime in and said that he likes the information about our website. I hope that helps you guys out to be able to find some more bowlers here. Cole Cambanis on 12. It doesn't hook out of the gray boards. And Kylie Vega. I'm real proud of our program here. This is our 5th year of bowling in Texas High School Bowling. Texas High School bowling started in early 2000s. We did not have it in Lubbock until 5 years ago. This is our 5th year. It was hard to get some of the schools to let us start this and make this a club sport. Bowling is a club sport in the state of Texas. So all of these bowlers have to pay their own way. We've got about 120 bowlers right now in Texas High School Bowling, West Texas High School Bowling. Chloe Horn, that's another one to look out for. She is a senior, or is she a junior? I think she's still a junior. Yeah, we do. Another comment from the chat. Well, a couple more comments from the chat. Yes. We do have a lot of bowlers, and yes, we do have some really good bowlers. Yeah, our practice, what we do is, and I'll kind of explain that too, so you kind of understand. We do things here at West Texas High School Bowling a little different than the rest of the state of Texas.
Number 67,
all these kids, because it's tough to find volunteers to coach every team. We have several coaches that work with all the kids on form and lane play and the mental game. So we practice all together on Tuesday nights. All the teams, they practice together. They're all doing the same kind of drills. Some teams do have individual coaches that only coach that team. And so we give them free reign. The second hour, they do practice for 2 hours on Tuesday nights. First hour is us. And then the second hour, typically we give that back to the individual coaches. And then the other thing that we do different here is the matches are not done during the week, where there's just a couple of matches going on in the center at a time. We do all the matches on Saturday at 12:30 with all the teams. And I think it's a great thing because they make friends from other schools. They spend a lot of time with other bowlers from other schools. And yeah, they're out to beat each other's brains in on Saturdays, but you see them hanging out together during the week. Rebecca Wilson with another big strike on lane 13. That doubles up in the 4th and the 5th for her.
Chelsea, number 51, yours right here.
And
Chelsea, number 51.
so the rest of the state, they practice. They schedule their own practice time in the facilities. They just practice with their team, and they bowl their matches whenever they can fit them in, kind of an open bowling play where we bring all the schools together. So it's like a tournament every Saturday. We think it's more fun. Plus, not having enough volunteers, it allows some of our coaches to bounce from team to team, like the Lubbock Cooper girls team that you're witnessing here on 13 and 14. A lot of different coaches work with them, including my daughter, so who is not here today. But she works with them some. I work with them some. Bill works with them some. So it's Rebecca does take kind of control of the team during the match. They do have a parent sponsor that helps them out as well. All right, Callie Vega with her 10-pin conversion. Come on, sweetheart. Don't hook. It did hook. Chloe Horn. She moved inside a little bit, which I think was a good move. The outside was getting a little dry, making that move inside. She gets it on the oil line, and that's going to pay some dividends for her, I think. Aiden Veretto with, that's a 9-pin. Boy, he's left a couple of those today. Elizabeth McCluskey takes 3 off the left. Another question in the chat. Don't do a great job of letting you know in advance which teams are going to be on the live stream. This week it actually kind of changed, so it didn't really get announced until this morning who was going to be on the live stream. It was originally going to be Plainview and Lubbock High that was going to be on the live stream, and I moved the Friendship Smire match to the live stream just to get Friendship a little bit more exposure. Ooh, big strike for Eric. I believe Eric is just a junior, so he's got another year. He's been with us. This is his 3rd year, I believe, for Eric. Caitlin Withrow on lane 14. Oh, okay, same question. Yeah. Again, we don't do a really good job of letting you know in advance which teams are bowling each other. You can, when we have it solidified, which usually is on Tuesday, you can go to our Facebook page. Just search for West Texas High School Bowling in Facebook, and that'll tell you who is going to be on the live stream for the upcoming week. It will always be, if there's teams that are vying for the top spot in the district, they will always be on the live stream. And then other than that, it's just making sure all the schools get an opportunity to be on the live stream at least twice. And I'm not going to put a lower team against an upper team on the live stream because I don't want to have to see that. The Friendship Smire match, Smire and Friendship needed to be on the live stream a little bit more. Jenna Loya, boom, goes the dynamite. Madison Silva on lane 13. She's been bowling better than this. I don't think during the break that she did much practicing. Laura Oglesby on lane 14. But if I wasn't clear, the crosses are not posted anywhere I could probably do a better job of that. I am a volunteer, so I don't have a whole lot of time, but I will tell you who will be on the live stream. Usually it comes out on Tuesday. And you can find that at on the Facebook page of West Texas High School Bowling. Come on, Laura. I promise you she's better than that. No, it is not posted any who's bowling who. We're not quite that advanced. This is our first year for trying the live stream, so no, we don't post that anywhere. You can find out post that will on Tuesday. That will the matches themselves will be posted on the website under district standings. But in advance, no, we do not have the crosses posted. Again, I can do a better job of that, but this takes a lot of time. Rebecca Wilson for her 9-pin spare, no problem for her. Cole Cambinas on lane 12, just leaving the 610. I think we got Wyatt Bartles on lane 11. He had a good game the first game, shot 204. That's well above his average. And just threw it. All right, Liz, let's go. Come on, girl. Don't hook. It hooked. Kylie Vega on lane 14. We're always rooting for that girl. That's the way you do it, girl. White Bortles with his strike on lane 11. With his spare pickup. Caitlin Withrow, 3 off the left. KJ Brandon on lane 12. Oh, come on. Oh, he gets lucky. Gets the 7-pin out and just leaving a 5-pin. Everybody's hands go up. Nobody's hands went up. Francisco Castro with a 369. Chloe Horn crosses over, leaving the 1-3. All right, let's see. Chloe chops it off. And Caitlin throws it in the exact same spot she threw it in the last frame. Maddie St. Clair. I don't know if you can see it, but I enjoy the little kick she's going to give right in her first step. It's a lot of fun. There it is. Kick. And there she goes. D Porch with just a 4-pin over on lane 14. Eric Parsley. Okay, that was a mess, but they all went down, so yay for Eric. No. Come on, Maddie. That's a little better. Still too much hook at the end. Okay. Jenna Loya up on lane 13. And just for your information out there, Lubbock Cooper girls are leading the district for the girls. They won the district last year. Expect them to do the same this year. A couple of girls on that team will definitely be on the all-district team. I expect Rebecca Wilson and Laura Oglesby to be on that all-district team. And Jenna Loya is just a couple of pins out on average. She's up on 13 right now with a washout. she should be there. Chloe Horn on 11 and 12 will probably be in the mix on that as well. And you can just barely see it on lane 15, but that was Addison Palaman, who is just a sophomore. She's currently leading the district right now. She whiffs on a 10-pin, but she's currently leading the district right now. Let's see what Jenna can do with this. If it hooks a little bit, it's got a chance. And she got 3. Seth Crump on 11, leaving just a 6-10. Chloe Horn up on lane 12. I think she had a better line on her last throw. Let's see what she can do here. She's moved well inside of that. Too slow. Needs to pick up a little bit of ball speed. Although she has gained a lot of ball speed this year. It was even slower last year. Laura Oglesby on 13. Didn't get it to turn the corner. But they're all doing the right thing. They are moving in. The outside of that lane is really, really dry. So everybody that's moving in is making a good move. Aiden Veretto, no messenger. That bird dog didn't hunt. There you go, Chloe. That's the way you do it. Laura has picked this up already once today, and she gets it again. That's twice. And Aiden Veretto gets his 10-pin. Now, I know he practiced during the break because I saw him. He also works here at the center, so he practices a lot. Elizabeth McCluskey with her spare attempt on lane 14. Eric Parsley coming up on lane 12. And Rebecca Wilson will be throwing on 13 momentarily. Getting a good look at Rebecca right now. And she threw it to the dry, and that's going to overhook out there. Going to have to do something that she doesn't enjoy doing, which is she's going to have to get a little further left and move that ball a little bit more inside. Jay McCluskey on lane 12, leaving just a 6-pin. Cole Cambanus with his spare attempt on lane 11. Ooh, I thought she was going to chop it, but they all go down. Gets a high five from Scott McCleary, coaches the friendship team. I think he's telling her that she needs to move her eyes left, would be my guess. Okay, she says, I don't want to do that. But okay. Oh, Kylie. Daniel Liegman with a big strike on lane 12. KJ Brandon for his spare on 11. And no problem for him. Jenna Loyo leaving just the 4-7 on 14. Now that I know that so many college coaches are watching this, I want to make sure that we do our best to have a live stream every week so we can showcase some of the talent here at West Texas High School Bowling. I hope you guys don't mind my stupid commentary, but at this point, I enjoy doing it, so I'm going to keep talking. Francisco Castro, just like saying his name, goes a big strike on 13. Well, Seth has had the splits today. Poor guy on lane 12. Oh, he tried. Laura Oglesby gets them all to go. Thank goodness. That was big after her spare in the 7th frame. D Porch leaving just the 1-3. Now Aiden's throwing it too hard, throwing it through it. He needs to slow that ball down just a little bit. Scott will get over there and get him straightened out. Rebecca Wilson on lane 14. Got it to the dry again. Leaving just the 6-10. Way to go, Mr. Porch. Gonna get a high five from Dad. And then look at your score. Make sure you understand what's going on up there. Rebecca does clean up her plate. Very nice. All right, they are in the 8th frame, 9th frame on 11 and 12. We'll be starting Baker games pretty soon. Once we get into the 10th, I'm going to step off for a little bit, make sure I have all the scores right so we know where all the matches stand. And we'll get into Baker games. The second half, that'll go pretty quick. About 35 to 45 minutes we'll take on the 4 Baker games. Again, you can't win the match in the individual matches. There's only 7 points available in the individual matches. It takes 9 to win. So Baker games become very, very important. Each Baker game is worth 2, and totals for all 4 Baker games are worth 2 points. So a total of 10 points are available in the Baker section. So it's still anybody's game even after the individual matches. Kylie Vega. Oh, it didn't turn. That was a good attempt, sweetheart. Isaac. He's ain't got a lot of pub today. He shot 170 the first game, which is about average for him. Leaving just a 4-pin. From Estacado. Again, LD Porch is doing a great job over there at Estacado. Recruiting, getting kids to bowl. And then he takes it very seriously. He coaches every shot. Chloe Horn on lane 11 picks up her spare. KJ Brandon. Half a loaf. Yeah. Follow through. Follow through to your target. That's something we talk a lot about. Elizabeth McCluskey stepping up on 13. Eric Parsley, big strike on 11. KJ Brandon. Yeah, that's about all you can do with that. I mean, sometimes you can move left and try to hit the one and let it ride the rest of them out and let the ball take out the 8-pin. But that's a tough spare. Elizabeth with a split here. 4-7-10 split. Eric Parsley is finishing up over there on 11. All right, I'm going to step away right now and get scores, and then I will be trying to get back to you as soon as I can when Baker games start. They're finishing up the 10th frame on 11 and 12. I'll get you a points total as soon as I can. They're in the 9th frame on 13 and 14. Be back with you momentarily.
Philip, I have lanes for Philip, party of 7. Philip, I have lanes for Philip, party of 7. Blake, I have lanes for Blake, party of 7. Blake, I have lanes for Blake, party of 7.
All right, they've started bowling their Baker games on 11 and 12. I'll finish the scores up on 13 and 14 momentarily. Try to do two things at one time here. Trying to keep up with two different lanes is kind of tough to do. All right, to kind of update you on what's going on while they're finishing up on 13 and 14 for Smyer versus Friendship. Eric Parsley from Friendship defeats Cole Cambanis 413 to 200. He gets 1 point. Eric shot 186, 227. Jay McCluskey from Friendship defeats KJ Brandon 313 to 252. Jay shoots 161.49. Daniel Liegman for Friendship defeats Matty St. Clair 318 to 203. Daniel shoots 135, 183. For Friendship, Seth Crump shoots 353. Wyatt Bartles for Friendship shoots 357. Wyatt takes the point. White shoots 204, 147, where Seth shoots 165, 188. And Aiden Veretto defeats Chloe Horn 391 to 304. Aiden Veretto shoots 221, 170. Chloe Horn shoots 170, 134. So the match on 11 and 12, Friendship has 6 points and Smyer has 1. They're in the second frame of Baker play. Smyer on the right lane, lane 12, and Friendship on the left lane, on lane 11. They'll bowl 2 games on that lane and then switch pairs. All right, on Estacado versus Lubbock Cooper girls side, we don't have the final totals in yet, but I can tell you that Elizabeth McCluskey defeated Kylie Vega from Estacado 242 to 225. Caitlin Withrow defeated Francisco Castro 267 to 230. Caitlin goes 148, 149, 118. Jenna Loya defeated from Lubbock Cooper girls, defeated D Porch 289 to 219. Laura Oglesby defeats Madison Silva 307 to 179. Laura goes 159, 149, 158, 149 to get her point. And now for the last one, Rebecca is going to take the point for sure. She shoots 213 to 203, shooting 416 to Isaac Ruvalakata. 298. So the Cooper girls go into Baker matches leading 7-0. Now going over here to look at 11 and 12. Friendship is 82 in the fourth. And Smire is 40 in the fourth. Seth Crump picks up his spare. Moving them to 80 to 92 with a spare working in the fifth. And Jay McCluskey stepping up on 11. Cole Cambanus going to be stepping on lane 12. And Jay gets a big strike there. No, for Smire, they do not have a spare or a strike working. Daniel Leekman will be stepping up on lane 11 with a strike working. Nasty little split for Cole. Daniel crosses over and really crosses over. 1-3-6. Cole gets his one. That's going to give them 57 in the sixth. Daniel with a spare attempt on lane 11 and chops the head pin off. So that's going to, that gives them 128 in the eighth frame. Maddie St. Clair on lane 12. Rebecca Rowley and the troops. They just need one win to take the match. Oh, Maddie. Aiden Veretto with a big strike in the first one in the 10th. Oh, no, he's not. He's bowling fourth position. So that sets up Eric Parsley for the 10th with a strike working. All right. Saw LD down here getting the troops rallied. Figure out how they're going to set up their Baker games, and they're going to get started. Eric Parsley, first one in the 10th with a big strike. That's a double for them. Giving them a possible 188 for this first game, depending on what he does here. Maddie's going right in the hole. That's not the way you draw it up. Elizabeth McCluskey leading off for the Lubbock Cooper girls. Little light, leaving a 1-2-9. And Deeb gets his spare. They're gonna have to take all of them. They can't let them win any. First one to 9 wins, 17 points total. So the first one to 9 wins the match. Eric Parsley didn't get them all to fall, so they're going to be 170. Whoa, 176, 174, 174. That gives Friendship 8 points, I think. Although Smire hasn't finished this, but they can't get there. So, well, hold on. They can get there. It's going to take 4 in a row, though. Kylie Vega with a spare. in the second, so they've spared in the first two frames. Bringing up Francisco. Chloe Horn bowling. In the ninth. That's not going to do it, I don't think. All right, Francisco's leaving the 1-3-9. See what they're talking about it here. We're here for Lubbock Cooper and what they need to do. They've got a good lead. All they need is one game. And Chloe picks up her spare. Francisco does not. All right, so it is official. Friendship's going to take the first game. Ooh, got out of trouble there with Jenna Loya on lane 14. Wyatt Bartles with a big strike. Going to be a little bit too little, too late, I think. Madison Silva on 13. Anything can change here in Bakers. I've seen teams win 0-7 in individual matches, come back and win it 10-7. I've seen it happen. All right. Wyatt leaves a 2-4-5. And Madison converts her spare. They are 52 in the fourth. Jenna Laura Oglesby with a 8-9. That's going to be a tough conversion. Isaac gets them all to fall. Boy, they're going to make a match out of this. Estacado is not going away. All right, to finish up game one over on 11-12, Friendship takes 2 points, 174 to 115. That gives them 8 points. They just need one more win. D Porch with 3 off the left. Oh, my goodness. Greek Church is what we call that on lane 11. Rebecca through the nose with a 4-7-10 split. Is she going to go for it, or is she just going to get her 2? D kind of double dribbles that one again and does not convert the spare. Let's see what Eric can do with his Greek Church over here. Rebecca does not get any. Eric got the 3, didn't get the other 2, and Cole Canbenis with a big strike. All right, Kylie Vega back up in the 6th. That hooks a little bit. All right, she got a piece of the head pin. That's always helpful. Elizabeth McCluskey up on lane 14. They're going to need to turn it on now. Oh, my goodness. That is not going to help the situation. Maddie Sinclair is leading off. No, she's not leading off. She is in second position, leaving just the 1-3. Jay McCluskey on lane 11. Kylie Vega not going to hook. Good attempt. Elizabeth McCluskey for her spare. and she leaves the 6'10". Maddie, no, it hooked. It hooked. Daniel Lickman on lane 11 for Friendship with a crossover strike. KJ Brandon on lane 12, a little high. Seth Crump's going to be stepping up on lane 11 in the 4th. Francisco Castro with a big spare. That kind of puts them in control of this first game. Caitlin Withrow does not convert. Madison Silva on lane 13 takes 3 off the left. Jenna Loya stepping up on lane 14. They got to do some work. This would be a big help. Yeah, that's going to be a big help. That puts Laura Oglesby up in the 9th. Trying to make a comeback this game. Madison Silva, woo, shutting the door. It looks like our camera has gone off, so I will get that fixed right now. Well, sorry about that. Rebecca Wilson's got the front 2 in the 10th. Let's see here. They were 95 in the 9th. This will give them 125 if she can strike here. Should be 124. Well, Rebecca did what she could do. Estacado gets the points. Now the point total is 7 for Cooper girls and 2 for Estacado. We're going to flip back over and look at lanes 11 and 12 and see what's going on over there. Friendship is 106 in the 7th with a strike working. And Smyer is 59 in the 5th with a spare working. And Maddie gets 9. Daniel Leekman with half a loaf. And they're starting game number 2 over here on 13 and 14. Caitlin Withrow on lane 14. Maddie St. Clair with her spare on lane 12. That's got a chance. If it holds, oh, it went the opposite way. A little backup. D Porch with his spare. Okay, folks, if you're watching this right now, this is very important. Estacado's making their spares, and Cooper girls are not. And of course, they're leaving some things that are makeable. We got a POD on 13, but that's the key right now. Estacado was kind of out of this. It's 7-0 right now, going out of individual matches, and now it's 7-2. And they are picking up their spares. And Cooper is having challenges picking up their spares. So you got a spare in this game. Elizabeth McCluskey with a big strike on lane 14. Seth Crump with a big strike on 11. KJ Brandon up on lane 12. Oh, lean on it. Come on. This is key to the match right here. What Kylie Vega can do. Right down the middle with a strike. Boy, Estacado is not going away, folks. Laura Oglesby on lane 14. Maybe I need to move the camera just a smidge this direction. Okay, that works out pretty good right there. Laura with a big strike. I'm not going to give it to him. Francisco Castro with a 1-3-8-10. And Aiden Veretto with the rail over on 11. Jenna Loya. A strike here would be nice. Oh, nightmare. All right, Aiden Veretto did not. Well, he didn't. That was Eric. Was that Eric? Oh, okay. All right. All right, Friendship shoots 169. Smyer is 93 in the 9th with Chloe Horn up. So Friendship is going to take this game as well. That gets them to 10 points in the match. Rebecca Wilson. Big strike on 14. The big wheel. Where are we at here? Madison Silva. Oh my goodness. And she had a chance. Chloe took 3 off the left for Smyer over on 12 and does not convert. Smyer shoots 99. So Friendship has sewn up this match. It all comes down to points, and in West Texas High School bowling, points matter. Any ties that we have as far as matches won, we go to total points. And so total points become very, very, it's inevitable that for 1st through 4th, there's going to be a tie and total points are going to come into play. Isaac with a split on 13 and does not convert. All right, anything can still happen in this game. Lubbock Cooper's got a lead, but they got to keep filling frames. Elizabeth McCluskey with a 1-2-9. And D Porch, that is left of left. All right, they're going to have to re-rack it. That one came out of the gutter. Well, they're not going to re-rack it. Elizabeth McCluskey with a big spare pickup. But they're right. It was not on a spare, so it really doesn't matter. Right now, Cooper is 116 in the seventh with a spare working. And Estacado is 69 in the sixth without a spare working. Cooper wins this game. They will win the match. But again, it will still need points. Oh, the double tap on the 10 gets it to go down. Kylie Vega. Right down the middle. Don't hook. And it did hook. 1, 3, 9. Aiden Veretto. Leading off the third game of Bakers. Jenna Loya on lane 14. And another strike. That's a double. They're 156 in the ninth with a double working, so they can still add to that. Rebecca Wilson stepping up in the 10th. She came in clutch the last game, 2 and 9. Let's see what 2 strikes and 9. Let's see what she can do here. And bam. That's a 3-bagger. Some people call that a turkey. They're 186 right now with 2 balls left to go. They're going to shoot over 200, I think. Yeah, there. That looks good, too. Rebecca Wilson punches out. 216, is that going to be the total? Oh, I'm sorry. That was just the second one in the 10th. And she's got one more. She strikes here. It'll be 216 for the Cooper girls. That's definitely going to take the game and the match. A little light in the pocket. She gets 9, so that's going to be a 215 game. That's still pretty respectable. And that gives them 9 points and the match. So both matches are not in doubt anymore. Come on, Chloe. Yeah, left to left again. Now, if she picks this up, okay, she gets one. I still like, it's Madison Silva's first year bowling. I still like what she's doing, even though she's throwing it straight down the middle. Her form looks really good. Really proud of her for the work she's putting in. Daniel Leekman over there just leaving a 6-pin. Let's see if Chloe can convert this. And she does not. Isaac. Oh, that could have been even a lot worse than it ended up being. Daniel Leekman. Ooh, by the skin of his teeth. Eric Parsley. You throw it to the dry, it's going to hook. All right, Eric cleans his plate. Caitlin Withrow up on lane 13. D Porch on 14. Match is not in doubt. Now it's just down to points. Cole Cambinas on lane 11. And let's see what Caitlin can do. A little late breaker. She's a little inside. Needs to slow it down a little bit. Kylie Vega up on lane 14. Cole Cambinas on lane 11 for his spare. No. Seth Crump on lane 12. Oh, he wanted that one. He thought he had it. Flat 10. Caitlin Withrow with a big spare there. That's great. Seth nearly falls down. Doesn't keep it on the lane. Kylie Vega does not convert her spare. Elizabeth McCluskey on 13. Maddie St. Clair on lane 11. They're going almost at the same time. Aiden Veretto, 10 in the pit. Francisco Castro, just like saying his name, on lane 14. With a 1-2-4 spare. Let's see what Elizabeth can do with this little spare conversion. Got to pay it a little respect. The 1-2-7. You got to get it left of that head pin or right of the head pin and get them all to go down. But let's see which direction she goes. She's going right of the head pin and doesn't quite get it there. Jay McCluskey on lane 12. Francisco does not convert his spare on 14. This is Jay's first year bowling. There's twins, Jay and Trey. I haven't seen Trey today, but his brother Jay is bowling on varsity today. Laura Oglesby. When are we going to figure it out that it's dry out there? Stop throwing it to the dry. Madison Silva, big strike on lane 14, and she is super excited about it. You can tell. Jay McCluskey with the rail. And that is not how you convert the rail. All right, Laura. You've spared all the hard spares and missed all the easy ones. Let's go. Oh, goodness gracious. I know what we're going to be doing on Tuesday night. Daniel Leakman. Oh, almost. Bird dog. Almost found it. Chloe Horn on lane 11. Crumble them up. Jenna Loya on 13. No, leaving just a 4-pin. Isaac on lane 14. Picks up his spare. Daniel does not on lane 12. And that brings up Wyatt Bartles for Smyer on lane 11. And keep throwing it to the dry. And it'll keep going left. Jenna Loya missing her spare. Eric Parsley. High, 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 and more high. All right, Coach, this is for you. You hadn't been on this lane in a while. Bam. 10 in the pit. That's the way you do it, girl. All coaches that are currently watching this, if you want to get in touch with me and having questions about some of our bowlers, go to WTHSBC.com and you can send me a message through that. You can also find us at West Texas High School Bowling on Facebook, and you can send us a message there giving me your contact information, and I will get in contact with you, give you as much information as I'm allowed to give. Come on, Kylie. Oh, yuck. I appreciate you guys coming to watch this. Another question was grade level. No, it's we don't do that. I am not quite up to date on all the rules on what I can post for youth bowlers, other than I have to have their permission to even post their name and their scores. But I can certainly. Oh, Kylie, way to go! Nice spare on 14.
Number 67, your order's ready to go. Number 67, your order's ready at the grow.
Again, if you message me and having questions about some of our bowlers, I can get in touch with them and make sure that it is okay for me to give that information out. We do not ask them to sign anything, allowing me to do that on a standing basis. But it's easy enough for me to get with the students and the students' parents and make sure that I can give you information on their kid. Well, Seth Crump with a nice strike, but I will. Any questions you have, I will try to answer them as legally as I possibly can. Please don't list it here in the comments in the chat. Everybody can see that, so just message me directly and I will get that information back to you. Although I've been telling grades here, so I guess I can do that, but we don't post it. No, I was just now talking out of both sides of my mouth there because I have mentioned grades on here, so, but we do not post it. Seth Crump with a big strike on 12. They're getting excited down there. All right, Laura. Left of left. Let's pick up a spare. Laura Oglesby on lane 13. Madison Silva with a 610 on lane 14.
Norma, number 41, order's ready.
Oh, she got it. There you go. Oh, she chopped the head pin off. Okay. Jay McCluskey up on lane 12. That looks like a 3-pin that he's got there. And it is dry out there. It is hooking. Jenna Loya. Bam. Heck of a strike. Daniel Leekman up on lane 12. Rebecca Wilson up on lane 13. Daniel through the nose. Rebecca has definitely moved left. That's a little in, but that should hold. And it did. If she made that move on her own, proud of her. If she missed left, Still proud of her. It's still a house shot. Maddie Sinclair. She gets the spare, but that ball went in the gutter. Daniel picks up his spare. Yeah, see, that's a bunch of boards difference, and that one went forward on her. What is Aiden Veretto is chunking it, trying to get it through the fronts that are just completely dry. He's throwing it hard. All right, Rebecca picks up her spare. Eric Parsley sending it to the dry, and that ball rolled forward with hitting like a marshmallow. KJ Brandon up on lane 11. Ooh, just by a playing card. Eric, I am so proud of you for picking that up. He's been working so hard on picking up his corner pin, especially that 10 pin. 10 pin is so hard for two-handers. Wyatt Bartles with just a 4-pin. Seth Crump on lane 12. D Porch on lane 14. Man, he was already celebrating before that ball hit the pins. And D through the nose and breaks up a split. Thank goodness. Caitlin Withrow on lane 13. Boom, they all go down. And Wyatt picks up his spare. I didn't get the scores for the third game for the girls. I'm assuming that the Cooper girls won that game. It's a big assumption. Chloe Horn on lane 11. Crosses over and gets them all 10 to go down. Elizabeth McCluskey. Leaving the 1-2-4. Kylie Vega. Gets one off the left, and Jay McCluskey picks up his spare. Cole Cambanis. Oh, my goodness. I think 22 pins hit that 7-pin, and it still didn't fall. Hook a little bit ball. Oh, it didn't hook enough. Daniel Leekman on lane 12. Kylie Vega going for her spare on 14. It's just hooking, guys. Y'all got to move left. Laura Oglesby up the oil line and gets them all to go. That's where you need to be throwing that ball. It almost didn't make it back. You throw it right at that, it's going to go left. You got to be at that point or a little left of it. As I tell the kids all the time, do you want to hook the ball or do you want to strike? If you want to strike, then straighter is greater. See, that's going to cross over a little bit, leaving just a 6-pin. Aiden Veretto has figured out how to keep the ball in the middle of the lane. Madison Silva. Come on, 8-pin. Give her a break. Jenna Loya is going to miss that one to the left. Eric Parsley stepping up on lane 12. I think he's bowling clean up here. Got it to the dry too fast. You know, that's what coach is saying. Don't do that. Send it that way, not that way. Yeah. Oh. Coach McCleary He may have, no, he knows ball motion. He's really, really good. He's a good bowler. He's a really good bowler. That's all right. Yeah. Isaac over on lane 14. Boom, 10 in the pit. Caitlin Withrow on lane 13. Hook. Yeah, see, you got to go a little straighter at that from that spot. Deep porch. Crossing over with a strike. All right, Friendship shoots 163 that game. Smyer's 91 in the seventh right now. With KJ Brandon going for his spare. And he gets his spare, so they are 101 in the eighth with a spare working. Kylie Vega. That's 3 in a row for Estacado. Elizabeth McCluskey steps up on lane 13. Wyatt Bartles on lane 11. Crossing over for Wyatt. Crossing over for Elizabeth. Wyatt leaves 3-9. Elizabeth with just a 10-pin. Eric Parsley cleans up his plate. He's throwing shots when he shouldn't be throwing shots, it looks like to me. All right, they're finishing up everything over here. As they're finishing up, I'm going to remind you that we will be back hopefully next week with some more matches. Week 6 of 12. Again, today, the match score, I don't know the final match scores, but I do know Lubbock Cooper girls have won their match. I'm thinking, pretty sure, that they won 13. No, it would be 15-2 Cooper girls over Estacado. I'm pretty sure. Well, no, I'm going to be wrong. That's going to be 13-4 is what that match is going to be. 13-4, Cooper girls over Estacado. And I'm pretty confident in saying that it's going to be 16-1, Friendship over Spire, back over on 11 and 12. Looks like all the bowling is concluded for today. We're going to be signing off here. Thank you for those who were watching and who are going to be watching this later. This is West Texas High School Bowling. Again, if you need to get in contact with me, you can direct message me through our website or through Facebook. Well, this is me signing off. It's been a great day of bowling. It's good to be back. We should be bowling I think we're bowling every weekend through the end of February. And then we start postseason where regionals will be right here at Whitewood Lane. So that's going to be exciting. We'll have that March 2nd, I believe. We'll figure out and see if we want to do any live streaming for the regional tournament. That might be a little bit more difficult, but we may give that a try. Anyway, this is me signing off. See you guys next week.